Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. What it do? Last episode.
Let's go. Come on in.
Wait, is it really the last episode for the year?
For the year. We watching NBA games on Christmas time.
That's sad.
Because I don't think we're recording this week. Everybody gonna.
Yeah, I'm on break too from IDK. I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
Dang, well,
I'm gonna record. Yeah. Let's tighten up Monday. That's about it on it.
Yep. I got my last IDK for the year on. It comes out Monday. So yeah. Wrapping up, man. 2020 been a year, man. Been a year.
Out of all the craziness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like blessings were still able to be attained. You know, it's all good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Definitely. Well, as this is our last podcast of the year, well, let's be real. We definitely want to go out with a bang, even if it's schooling with Sheedy. So we just gotta let you know, class is in session right now. As you can see, Brother Savage has a great number on his, I don't know what you want to call that, your hashtag, what have you. It's $600, right? And so I just want to talk briefly about politics, because that's what we do here. We're bigger than just sports. We want to involve everything that we can. So $600 is, for those that are kind of ignorant to what's going on in the country, $600 is a stimulus check that is being proposed by the country for us to have. Mind you, it was $1,200 back in April. And now that we've gone 8 months without any type of help, $600 seems to be what is needed. But I want to drop this number to you. The number is 808, actually. I remember that. 808. And you're like, man, what does the number 808 mean? 808 is the median average of the rent in the state of Tennessee. So I'm not sure what $600 is going to do to someone in the great state of Memphis, and I guess the state of Tennessee. As our COVID cases actually continue to rise, we are the highest grossing state of COVID cases. But ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, $600 ain't going to cut it at all. I understand we are also dealing with possibly, there's no definite yet, of cutting of the student loans, which will definitely help influence what's going on in the country with us as millennials for buying houses, credit restoration, and stuff like that. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, $600 is nothing more than a few dollars put into your pocket just to suffice you for just a little bit longer. Prayerfully that Joe Biden and the new campaign does vote on something else for us. However, if you look at, again, and I don't want to take too much time about COVID because I want to talk about something great. If $1,800 is combined, what we're going to get during this time, if you look at all the other countries, no other country went below $2,000 possibly per month for people that were out of work. And so it's really a slap in the face to everyone to only have $1,800. But again, I don't want to talk too much about COVID because I felt like, again, on our last episode, we should really bring a little bit more spunk, a little bit more excitement. So I had a question to pose. I actually posed this on Twitter because I feel like I missed out on some things during 2020. And one thing I really missed out on, and we are, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're recording this. We are the fattest podcast that you will hear from. But one thing I feel like I missed out on.
That was a minute away from a good conversation.
The one thing I missed out on, I feel like, was Girl Scout cookies, man. And so I was just going to pose the question to you all, gentlemen. We'll start with Trevor, and then go Sharky, Tuke, and Savage. When Girl Scouts come to your door, what are the boxes that you need to get, or box that you need to get for sure? Take a second to think about it.
I got a question that I'm an answer, of course, but it's like I've never bought Girl Scout cookies from them coming to the door.
Okay, well,
I've always had like my auntie or cousin or somebody to have. So them coming to the door may be an Ohio thing. I don't. Yeah, a bit of Walmart. You know that.
You're right.
They ain't coming to Memphis, dog.
You're right. They might get shot. Yeah, they might get shot.
They ain't coming to nobody's crib, bro. It's too much going on.
So let me retract that.
No, right. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I would get the peanut butter ones, like the peanut butter ones, especially with some good milk. Undefeated.
Wow,
okay. Undefeated.
Oh my God.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Having a moment.
That's our moment, bro. Let us have it.
I don't want to skip, but Skylar's mama just commented my exact ones that I would get, both of them.
Oh yeah, was busting too. Definitely,
you can't go wrong.
Mine, I'm simple, man. Shortbreads and the lemon kind. Shortbread. Shortbread more than anything. I kill shortbread. I kill a whole row of shortbread.
That's true, folks.
I call them shortbreads.
That's true.
Yep.
So let's continue the conversation about cookies, right? When we know that Christmas is coming up. So what cookies do you remember, like when you were younger, preparing for Santa Claus when he came down the chimney?
I didn't prepare no cookies for Santa Claus.
I ain't put no cookies out.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
I got a story.
My mama had too much stuff to do.
I got a story how I found out about Santa Claus. So I had to have been like maybe 6 or 7, and so my sister, she was like maybe 9, maybe 3 years older than me. Yeah, she's 3. Yeah, 3 years older than me. And so we made some chocolate chip cookies for Santa Claus, and then the next morning we go downstairs to like see like what the cookies, the milk, all gone. And so I looked down at like a note that Santa Claus had wrote down, and I'm like, "That's my dad's handwriting." Wait, and I know my dad's handwriting because he done signed all my report cards, so I know it's my dad's handwriting. And I'm like, "That's my."
So that's when you found out that Santa wasn't real.
I guess that was the moment.
Either that or my daddy is Santa Claus. That's what it was.
So the real question is, when did you find out Santa Claus wasn't real?
I was 6 or 7, one of those ages. That's when I remember.
Me too. My story is
I found out we don't have chimneys. We don't have chimneys.
Yeah.
I can't think of one black person house with an actual chimney in it. You may have a fireplace. There's no chimney.
We got one. We had one.
We had one. It was a little small, so I don't think Santa.
Yeah,
I don't think Santa could have fit it up.
It might not work.
Yeah,
but I got one. It's a mantelpiece.
Unless Santa was on a diet like way before, and he advertised.
I didn't have a chimney at all. It was really hard for me to believe in Santa. I was like, "You got no chimney? How you get in here? See, breaking in the window?
Front door, man." Like,
you're a Smarty fan.
So I figured I was. So I figured found out when I was 7 because I wanted the very first PlayStation that came out. Right, I wanted it so bad. So my dad got it. He had his door cracked open, and I saw him wrapping it up. I didn't care. I was like, "Okay, cool. I was thinking like, I got the PlayStation."
Yeah, I think at a point once we got a little bit older, we just started snooping around the parents' room, just trying to find what they actually got you for Christmas and all of that stuff. So.
Yeah, when you start noticing the tree, the tree has some presents underneath. Like, man, Santa ain't coming so early for real. Like, stuff like that. I was like 6 or 7. My mother, she was creative. She decided to take a piece of paper for the cookies I left for Santa and make reindeer tracks on the paper. And I had to ask her, as I got older, I said, well, how the hell do you come inside and I hear that? But Santa Claus never appeared either. So that was a conversation that her and I had offline. Last question, because I want to be still fat. And it's nothing about Christmas unlike that in fat podcast right now. Because I had this most delicious sandwich I've had in my long time of existing last week that I myself. But my question to you, when you go in the refrigerator, what's the most underrated sandwich you can make? Such as, like, I don't know, some people like fried bologna, right? Some people like a turkey and cheese or something like that. But what's the most underrated sandwich you had or created? Y'all want me to go?
I can go first.
I got one.
Savage too.
I just thought of mine.
All right. So, if you've been around me in college, you know that I prepare what's called the Slammin' Savage sandwich. And Skylar might comment on this, but basically what it is, it's simple. It's a breakfast sandwich You put butter on your toast. You put in toast to do all that. Make 2 eggs, fried egg. Put some salt and pepper in it. You can mix it up. Cheddar cheese on top. You can either use bacon, turkey bacon, sausage, or turkey sausage, however you want to do it. On a rare occasion, you might can use smoked sausage, depending on how black you want to get. And the key ingredient is apple butter. You got to put apple butter on the sandwich. You can do strawberry jelly, you can do grape jelly, but you got to have apple butter. If you got it, put it on there. And so I actually got that from my dad. He made it every morning before I went to school. The Slammin' Savage. Actually, it's sandwich. So Slammin' Savage sandwich.
Hey, go on, mark that, bro. Go ahead, trademark that. You didn't get somebody idea. Skylar, that was mine for lunch. I had 2 of them. That was mine for lunch. But here's the thing, so you gotta add the wheat bread. I put mayonnaise on mine, and then after I add the bologna, of course, I put chips on mine too, and then had like chips on the side too. But then I eventually I did grow up to be healthy. So now I ain't tried one of them yet. It's not good. But now something that I do is like the pork bread, then the peanut butter and jelly, and then I put like bananas on it too. So it was pretty good.
Bananas and peanut butter, really good. Yeah. Okay, what you got, Sharky, and then Trevor?
I mean, we're the same. A little bit, like I said, bologna. Make sure you got the burnt marks on the bologna. So, outside of that, peanut butter jelly. I mean, I know the peanut butter is not necessarily in the refrigerator, but the jelly is. So yeah.
Amen.
Okay, I have 2, and first I'll go with a toasted PB&J. Actually,
yeah, I tried
which is amazing. And during my college times, I had the luxury of getting food stamps, so allow me to be bougie for a minute. So another go-to sandwich of mine was I usually would get some Cajun turkey with some pepper jack cheese. Also cook up some bacon to throw on the thing. Put a little of the brown hot mustard on there on a croissant bun.
This man preaching. That's my lunch sounds right there.
Get the grilled cheese, man.
Cajun
my man went French. Got him a little croissant.
You said you're feeling bougie, man.
I had the food stamps in college, man. They came to a clutch.
We're trying English muffins and everything.
Bro. They come in that little container. So I will say I actually agree with Mama Wanda. Y'all hear me on my phone?
Grilled cheese.
Oh yeah, grilled cheese.
Okay. I agree. Grilled cheese. I made a slamming grilled cheese the other day. And I don't know about the pickles though. I don't know about time out on that. The flag on the play.
You might as well put some meat on it.
Yeah. I would prefer like turkey because I don't eat pork, but a little turkey on there, and I'm really really happy with the grilled cheese. And you can't go wrong. Bread and cheese cost no more than $2 at the store, so you can't go wrong with a grilled cheese sandwich. And so thank y'all. The slamming savage sandwich, is that what I need to call it? Is the triple S?
Yep, triple S. Yep,
triple S sandwich is a must. We need to go ahead and post that on Twitter and make sure you get your copyright for that.
I'm gonna get a
I want to end off on you. I just want to end off our
Trevor has something.
Year with Trevor, go ahead.
Oh no, because while we were on the topic of grilled cheese, I was just gonna say because I know they came up with some meat and stuff. I know it was like this food truck when I was in New Orleans one time had a grilled cheese sandwich with crab meat on the inside.
Ooh, that sound good.
Oh, hey, food trucks be the spots. Oh my God.
I don't know. I forget what the name of the food truck was, but shout out to that food truck in New Orleans that was posted up in front of the Superdome, man. Shout out.
Yeah, right.
So maybe the best food in these restaurants.
Okay. That makes sense.
That makes a whole lot much more sense.
Oh Lord.
So we want to end off the year with I want to end off on a more positive note, man, because 2020 has been a very trying year for everyone. But if you don't hear anything else from us, we're gonna make you laugh. We're gonna give you some food tips, and of course, we're gonna keep it real. Class dismissed.
Man. Great end.
You hungry?
Yeah, I really am. I have 8 since like 12.
You tripping, dog? Time to eat.
Man, you are.
Y'all saw me. I had to do a little something. I've been on planes. I'm drinking water.
You been on a plane? Yeah,
Oh yeah, we definitely going to the Slim and Huskies very, very soon.
Yeah.
And Crunchies,
apparently. And Chings.
Yeah, Chings.
And Chings. Yep.
You really
which one was the first one up for?
I may end up going to Chings by default because I gotta get some wings for Christmas because we're doing like the hot wing Friendsgiving type thing where each member of the family brings a different flavor of wings from a different spot. So,
big money.
Ain't no big money. It's like
that's a lot of damn wings, though.
Okay, a decent 20 pieces is about what, $20 to $25. So
man,
that is $15. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, not change. I was saying it may end up being there. I may end up being there by default. I'm trying to stay away from change.
You might want to go to Crumpy's then and get you a 20 for 20.
Might want to go to the Kroger and just
and make your own fire. Hey, there you go. Where you get this from? Don't worry about it.
Right.
Bro.
I mean, I got to cook on Christmas Day anyway because
there you go. There you go.
Fried fish, so it is cool. It's cool.
You got this, bro. Make your own.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get it started. Let's be real about P5P. And if you don't know what that means, Savage, tell the people what it means.
Well, I could barely hear you what you said. You said P5P?
Yep.
Okay,
yeah, what is that?
So P5P is replacing CFP, which is the college football playoffs, and we're replacing it with what it actually is, and that's the Power 5 playoffs. Since the Power 5, not Power 5, but the NCAA does not want to include group of 5 teams in their playoff system, moving Cincinnati down from 6 to 9, something crazy like that.
Without a loss.
So
undefeated,
as two can say, not cool at all.
With 2 lost teams ahead of them, 3 2-loss teams ahead of them.
Right, Iowa State and other random.
Iowa State,
like what?
Iowa State Lafayette.
I don't know.
Yeah. But Savage, Memphis Tigers.
All right, gentlemen. So we had 2 basketball games this previous week with the Memphis Tigers. First game was against Auburn. Again, a non-conference game against one of those P5 schools. And Auburn is not that good this year. They didn't even have their best player, Sharif Cooper, playing in the game. And somehow the Tigers did lose this game 74-71. Then they had a bounce-back game Wednesday against an inferior Tulane team. At the beginning of the game, they were dominating, and then things kind of fell apart, and Memphis only won by 6 points. So to start this discussion off, do you guys feel that as a fan base, well, one, how do you feel about the games, of course, but then 2, do you feel like as a fan base, we should taper back our expectations? Because a lot of people were upset with Penny this past week, including myself, even though I'm not like a hardcore mad fan. I analyze basketball for what it is, but thoughts about the game and then thoughts about expectations for the Tigers this season.
I think that we did place a lot of expectations on them based off of the talent that we had and based off of the way that we thought some of the not senior players, but sophomore and junior players would come in and step up and be better players. We're not playing with that much effort. We're not playing together. It's a lot of isolation basketball, even though players are moving around. It's a lot of holding the ball. I don't see just like any plays being called for really anybody besides maybe Boogie and Lester. He's been doing this thing too. But there's no leadership. I don't like Lomas goes from 11 assists to now like 2 assists. Like that's something that we can't be having. The inconsistency can't be there. But I don't know, man. We really gave that Auburn game would have let me know everything that I need to know about the Tigers. And right now, I gotta take my expectations away for right now because I don't see us getting better.
Yeah. Well, for me, and I know it's kind of weird to make this comparison because it's pros versus college players, but I look at this Memphis Tigers team and I literally see the 04 Olympics team. It's just a bunch of individuals with a whole lot of talent that is playing for a coach that has not figured out how to put this all together. I think we all got riled up with the #1 recruiting class that we brought in last season, thinking we were going to do some damage, but of course we fell short of all of that. And then even with this season, like even with the transfers that we got and the guys coming back, stronger and everything, being a year older and a year wiser, the expectations was still there to at least make the tournament. Of course, granted that we knew they were going to be great defensively, as the stats showed last season. They were #1 in NCAA in field goal percentage, but the struggle still show on offense. Like there's no ball movement. Memphis has a tough time getting easy baskets, and I said this time and time again, against a more disciplined, better coached team, they're going to have issues. Like Auburn is not that good this year, and they didn't have Sharif Cooper, but they're well coached by Bruce Pearl. As much as I give Bruce Pearl flack for what he did in Tennessee, I got to give that man his due. In the game against Tulane, I didn't really catch much of it, but I did get the stats. I mean, despite the 15 turnovers, they did have 17 assists on their 26 made baskets, so I guess that's something to celebrate about. But as you said, Savage, they did dominate early, but it kind of got away from them late. And there is an official curse in Memphis regarding free throws. I don't know what it is, but this curse exists. Like we need a shooting coach or something. Even when Mike Miller was here, we still struggle from the free throw line. 50%, like we left a lot of points at the free throw line in the game against Tulane. Like that game should have been a blowout if Memphis makes at least 75% of the free throws that they take. But all in all, overall, I do feel that we need to dial back our expectations just a little bit and just see. For one, we know Penny can recruit. We know he can go out and recruit guys, but can he bring all these guys together and eventually end up coaching, basically? So,
yeah, that's speaking with that, what you're saying, Trevor. To me, the elephant in the room is Anthony Hardaway. And I know how beloved we are with Penny, especially if you're, been here with Memphis, how much Penny really means to this city. But at some point you have to look at facts. And the fact of the matter is Penny's not ready to really be a head coach of a D1 basketball team. Might need his talents in somewhere else. Maybe he pulls a Deion Sanders and goes down somewhat. But Penny wasn't ready to really be a D1 coach the way he is now. I agree. The man can recruit because his name speaks for itself. If you told my son right now, Penny Hardaway will recruit you, I'm going to Penny, period. However, when you look at the development of his players, you don't see it, right? And especially I look really at the guard play. I mean, we can talk about Alo, so we're blue in the face. But what development happened for Penny, who to me arguably one of the better point guards to ever play basketball? Like, how is that not in Alo, right? How is it not in play guards? We haven't really seen development from. To me, I haven't seen it. Now again, I get it, COVID, all that. I hear you, but at some point, again, I think we just need to address the elephant in the room. Is actually Bruce Pearl's team was not better than what the Tigers can put out. However,
I agree with that.
They had a better coach that was to put those pieces together as opposed to what Penny put together for Memphis. You can get all the talent in the world, but if you don't know what you're doing with the talent, then the talent is obsolete. Because a better coach team is going to always win at the end, because it comes down to turnovers, comes down to foul shooting. Like, who doesn't practice free throws? You practice free throws when you're tired. You don't practice free throws in the beginning of practice. You practice free throws after you ran suicide after suicide after suicide. Go do some free throws. Okay, suicide, run, do some more free throws. It's not there yet. So to me, he needs a shooting coach. He needs development for his players. And he needs better in-game strategies. Like, he's got to be able to adjust while in the game. And that doesn't mean that you wait till halftime to make adjustments. Call timeout. Up the defense better. Make plays on offense. Like, they're not getting as many open plays, but it's because they haven't been calling plays because they're aggressively going with those plays. To me, this team, this Memphis Tigers team, to me, is the best shot for them is to like really pressure on defense, 94 feet. You pressure on defense, you get a lot of steals, you get a lot of other turnovers that'll lead to open buckets. But for them, sitting back on the zone a little bit more, they don't even zone that much. They do more man than anything. So Penny just needs better coaches underneath him. He can recruit, but he's going to need some better coaching. His mind's not there yet. Again, he might just not be ready for D1 basketball right now as a coach.
That was a great point. First off, DeAndre Williams is my new favorite player in college basketball. He came right on the court, had to put back dunk right away. Far and away our best player off of one play. Free throw shoot. He did shoot 2 for 9 from free throw line, and he shot like 80-something% from the free throw line last year. I'm sorry, that's not coaching. That's players. Just I don't know. Memphis, we just got shoot free throws. Like Trevor said, we're cursed. Although you do make a great point about Penny, his him probably not being ready as a coach yet. I do think back. To me, our podcast, Skyler came up. He's not on today. He's watching though. He came up with the term consistency is key. And that's what we've been using since then. That's the problem with Penny right now. He has games where he coaches well. He has like outcoached Greg Marshall. He has outcoached some good coaches, but he also gets outcoached more than he does outcoach coaches. So, like you said, he does need to get better coaches under him. That's part of the problem. If he could have got Larry Brown, that would have been perfect. So, I just think, he's still growing. He got to get better, tighten up the rotations, or if you're going to keep the rotations at 11 people, play 40 minutes of hell style that Noda Richardson used to play back in Arkansas, full court press the whole game.
Yeah.
So
40 minutes of hell.
Right. Just things you just got to I trust him to improve. John Calipari got talent, and his first 3-4 years we didn't make the tournament. We won the NIT championship. We were celebrating.
That's true.
We won it. We were celebrating the NIT championship. So I kind of compare.
We celebrate nonetheless,
Right. Out the 2, I remember that. The Warren Bear. In similar fashion, we've been through this before. You can also compare it to Josh Pastner. Yeah, you can.
He did nothing for it.
Yeah, you can.
He did nothing for it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Talent. He brought in talent. Just like Penny.
Yeah, he brought in talent, and eventually that led to nowhere.
What Penny doing right now?
He got the Tigers right now.
It's still early. I'd rather have Penny still coaching than Josh Pastner.
I didn't say we would rather have Josh Pastner.
We didn't say that. But facts is facts.
We're just saying, it's similar.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Y'all know how I feel about that guy.
I know. And shout out to him for being John Calipari this year.
Facts.
Yeah,
he's doing things for the Tech.
My 2 cents about this whole situation. I've kind of been tapered my expectations just based on the fact that I said this even at the beginning of the year. I think before the season even started, I said Musa will be here for a while because he's not ready to even go pro.
Oh, yeah.
He might can go pro off of his size, but he gonna be like Taco Fall and be in the G League, just sitting there chilling. You know what I'm saying? After like marinating on it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see us kind of easing up on Penny a bit in terms of like saying Final Four, Elite Eight. Like, nah, maybe just make the tournament first. just get in there and be competitive. One thing that's kind of messed up Penny is one, his first year, which we don't hold against him, obviously. And then two, his second year was COVID. So you didn't even get a chance for these players, ALO, to get into the tournament, to get that experience on the big stage with the cameras on national TV, all this type of stuff. So really the goal this year, I wouldn't even think about like tournament. I'm thinking about, well, not the big tournament. I'm thinking about American tournament. Win this tournament. Like, just focus on that. If you can win your conference and be competitive in it, because you're not going to get any non-conference wins because you don't have any except from St. Mary's. Just focus on what's in front of you. Win the game that day. However you got to do it. Looking at Memphis' stats, I also said at the beginning of the year, Memphis needs to score 80 points every game. Score 80 points, you're going to win. They scored 80 against Tulane, they won. Scored 71 against Auburn, they lost. Auburn scored 74. If you score 40 points each half, you're probably going to win the game off of talent alone. So part of that is free throw shooting. They missed like 13 that last game, missed like 14 the game before. If you just make like 60, 75%, you are literally about to win these games. But like Trevor said, we're cursed. DeAndre Williams came in clanking free throws, shot 80% at his previous group. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with that. So I feel like, kind of like Sharky said, tighten the rotation. If people got to sit down for a game or not play as much, so be it. If they can't deal with it, that's tough. This is the big stage, dog. This is D1 basketball. This is D1 basketball, man. If you can't play, go somewhere else and play like Tyler doing right now. Go somewhere else and play. So on the schedule this upcoming week, go back to the Memphis schedule. They got Tulsa on Monday. That's in Memphis. And then you got South Florida on the 29th, the following week on Tuesday. South Florida's actually a pretty good team. Tulsa, I'm not sure about. I don't remember hearing about Tulsa. But do you guys see Memphis making progression in the conference? And does Memphis even make the tournament at all? Just real quick.
They got to win out. Damn near.
They're going to get in. They got to win out. Or
like
at least win the tournament.
Because they schedule us up.
Yeah, that's
right. They got to beat Houston both times.
Mm-hmm. Houston got COVID, don't it? So we don't know if they're going to be playing.
But we don't play them until like February, though.
Okay.
Hopefully we got it together by then.
Yeah, basically.
So then we will be hoping for progression. Then that's what we're saying.
So basically, I need to code that black clip. I hope so.
I hope so. Yes, we're real about hope.
Coming soon in February.
Yeah. Before we move on from Tigers, the football team finished last game of the season, beat Houston 30-27 after leading 27-6. I left out the show and Houston came back.
There we go. There's hope, y'all.
Yeah, great. End of senior day. Found a way to win. Like I said, found a way to win on that day. They did it. But they're going to the Montgomery Bowl.
Yes.
Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, pretty downer, but
it's what it is, man.
Yeah,
what it is, man.
2020.
Think how you get it.
Right. All right. College sports, Sheedy.
Yeah. So beginning of the season, before college basketball kind of went, or even college sports, we were kind of debated like, is this going to be a thing? Because college campuses are really, really hard to secure. People not touching each other or what have you. Like, it's just, I mean, Savage works at a college campus. He could let you know as well. Like, the restrictions are not there as much. College is a little bit more loose. But unfortunately, we did have, I would say, one of our best players, one of the better players that's, I would definitely say, was going to be in the draft, top 15 pick for sure. I would say that now was Keontae Johnson, that was passed out and fell during his basketball game. So just want to get you guys' initial thoughts about. To me, I still believe it's COVID that is affecting him and the rest of his team, but Florida has not done this last past games. But you guys' thoughts about college sports and where it's going, specifically college basketball. We talk about football at another time, but college basketball, do you think that we actually get to NCAA tournament? First talk about Keontae Johnson, but also then talk about, are we going to make it to an NCAA tournament? I guess if we all get the vaccine, I guess.
So I think so. I mean, at this point, I believe, like we said, money, unless like what happened to Keontae Johnson, we can say, yes, I think it could be, just something he's still dealing with, not specifically from, it's actually COVID, but it could be like a lingering effect. But it could be something else as well. We don't know. I remember the guy, I forgot his name, from Loyola Marymount, fell out and died on the court back in early 90s. Mm-hmm. So Hank Gathers, yeah. So things like that, certain players have a heart condition or something. So we really truly don't know. So if that happens to another player, or if it happens to a couple other players, then I think it would become a bigger deal. But you can make a case with him. We truly don't know. It could be like a Hank Gathers case. It could be COVID. We don't truly know. I am glad he's doing better. He released the videos today, thanking everybody we've been praying for and everything. He was in a coma. At one point throughout this time since he fell out last Saturday. So I'm glad he's doing better. But I do think unless just something like that happens often or to multiple players, then the season get canceled or something. But they lost so much money from the NCAA tournament. Now they finish it.
Well, first and foremost, I do want to just thank the Lord that Keontae Johnson is actually okay. I did see the video, as Sharky mentioned to earlier. Of course, he was one of the premier players here in college at the University of Florida. I had a chance to see a couple of his games, and dude is legit. I will not refute that. For all we know, as Sharky said, this could be an isolated incident. Of course, with everything that's going on with COVID-19, that's like the number one thing everybody wants to point to. So that could be the case, or it could be an isolated incident. As far as where college sports is going moving forward, I've yet to hear how they're going to do the NCAA tournament, if there's going to even be an NCAA tournament. There's been talks about a bubble. There's been talks about having it all in one spot. I haven't seen any framework. I haven't seen any ideas right now. I guess they're just taking it game by game just to see where everything leads. But if we have another incident like with Keontae Johnson, we find out it's COVID related, then you really have to start looking at potentially, I will say potentially, just canceling the season if possible. But of course, somehow it's gonna get finished because too much money lost.
I'm trying to figure out. Did they finish their game, Florida?
Yeah,
Florida.
Yeah, they did.
I don't.
They shouldn't.
I'll be quick because it kind of bothered me that they finished that game. Because of course we don't know what the condition was, but due to the nature of COVID and him literally passing out, how the hell did they continue playing this game not knowing that he had just played in a basketball bang and literally had been in close contact with people? Mm-hmm. Like everybody should have been quarantined from that moment on for however long it needs to be. I'm not a doctor. I don't understand, but when I heard about it, I'm like, they gonna cancel the game. Like I don't like how are they doing this right now? They end up finishing the game from what I'm seeing with the stats, but that just bothered me. I do think they will have a some kind of college basketball tournament, whether that's like a condensed one where it's just winners of the actual conference tournament or however they're gonna do it. They're probably trying to have as few teams as possible in certain, I guess, divisions. I guess I don't know, or I guess different areas of the bracket. How they do it, I don't know. But yeah, they'll have a tournament because they got to make money. They lost a lot of money last year. March Madness is probably the biggest money maker for the NCAA, if being honest. So they're gonna find a way to make it happen. And who knows? By then, maybe there's like people at the events. I have no idea, but yeah, prayers up for the Florida player, and basketball will happen in March. I feel like they're gonna make it happen whether they need to have it or not.
Yeah, definite sentiments to them. And Savage, you hit it right on the head, man. Excuse me, the NCAA is why I call them the not cool at all. They're gonna do what's not cool at all in this situation. They're gonna continue to play basketball until somebody passes away. Unfortunately, God forbid, I don't want that to happen, but I think that is literally at this point in time the only way the NCAA is shut down. I mean, we've seen a kid literally pass out from COVID, or I guess related to, so maybe it wasn't. But still, like, you still have to be safe and realize that can also be a possibility. And then with the NCAA get sued. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not saying it'll happen. I would love to see a tournament happen, but I think it's going to be a worst case scenario where a lot of teams that we think, just like football, I mean, the football, you know what I'm saying? Teams we don't expect to be in the top are going to be at the top, and we're just going to have a boring March Madness, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's a chance that it'll happen. But in order for that to happen, they're going to have to do the bubble tournament, like my guy just said, and shut it down. They're going to have to shut it down for 2 weeks at least. Go ahead and get your hotel rooms and everything. Get them situated, whether you do 4, 2, whatever. Go ahead and get them situated. But I think by then, the NCAA is so stupid, they may just wait till the last minute. And by then, they won't be able to do it. So I don't know, man.
So here's my question real quick. If the bubble tournament is the route that they decide to go, like, how would they pull this off? Are they going to shrink in the brackets down to 32? Are they going to leave it? Are they going to leave it at 64? Or
you can do 8 teams at a specific bubble, and then have like a major, you know what I'm saying?
Just remove the at-large bids
and just consolidate it. Everybody's gonna be quarantined. That's why I said that 2-week period is gonna be special. You're gonna have to shut them down for at least 2 weeks. Get them quarantined, just like the NBA did. We literally had an association to have finals. You know what I'm saying? COVID free.
I thought they confirmed. They had confirmed like I said, the structure of it. But I know they are going to have a bubble in Indianapolis. I mean,
I heard that, but
they ain't got no framework. Yeah, there's no framework.
Yeah,
they have. Yeah, that's basically like one bubble.
They damn near could just have it in Orlando, because I mean that's where the AAU tournaments were at the complex. Like, there
you go.
And we had literally like 100 teams there.
That's where the NBA was.
Like, I don't understand why.
Don't make sense at all.
It's literally where study the greats become greater. How many times have I said this on the podcast?
Like Indianapolis, bro.
Like, I'm sure they
have like how high are the COVID rates in Indianapolis though? Because they may have a point there. If they were to look at a map or something and find 4 spots that don't have high COVID rates, pick the best gym or whatever facility that you have and have a tournament. Bring them all together within the next few weeks. That's your NCAA tournament, y'all.
To y'all's point, you really can do 4 sites, each 16 teams. All of them at there. Each site.
That's it. It's literally it.
They're Final Four.
As Joe Budden say,
ta-da. Had a Final Four and one.
Goodness gracious, man. It's right there for them. They too busy trying to save money and do whatever. Like,
they trying to figure out the best way that they can salvage all the money they lose. And that's all.
Exactly. They don't want to spend no money in no hotels. They don't want to have to pay for food. They gonna players gonna be eating ramen noodles every day for free.
Oh, cheap, man.
We'll have another bad Napier situation if that was to happen. Jesus.
Come on, man. They don't see the long run in none of this, but I mean, that's why the ranks are kind of going down anyway. So, good luck.
All right, I believe it has been pulled down to me from the hardwood to the gridiron. It is officially championship week in college football. A lot of teams right now are playing in their conference championships with playoff and bowl game implications. I have the order for everyone to kind of get their portion in the chat. So real quickly, if you can, what game are you looking forward to the most? Why? And pretty much that's it. What game are you looking forward to during championship week?
Hey, Sheedy, Sheedy, you got some words for Mr. Jeans, right? Because you see the USC score.
Nothing to say about a Pac-10, 12, whatever they want to be, Pac-6 conference. I will check, but anyways, I'm not caring about Ohio State. I feel like Ohio State's going to run that away. To me, the most interesting game for championship week is really the ACC championship game. And the reason why I say that is because if Clemson wins, do we now see I can't even recall the last time we've had, well, actually there hasn't been, 2 ACC teams in the bowl championship series, because essentially Notre Dame would lose to Clemson. Clemson jumps up, Notre Dame jumps back, but do you put Notre Dame all the way out of the 4? I mean, I hear you, but the color of our skin won't dictate if they're gonna be in or not.
It depends on if Florida wins too.
And
if Florida do what?
I'm just playing.
You really believe Florida's beating Alabama?
I'm just playing. It's COVID, bro. It's 2020.
It's
2020. Yeah, I mean, y'all got to give me that at this point. It's 2020.
But yeah, to me, that's the biggest game, because I want to see how the chips will fall after that. Texas A&M to me is not deserving of being part of the 4 conversation. We've already discussed it already. Cincinnati, who is an undefeated team, yes, they're not playing, I guess, Big 12 talent, but let's really look at the Big 12. No offense to Texas, no offense, but Big 12, they've been pretty shasty. And
12 is more than 10.
12 is more than 10 for what?
That's all I gotta say, buddy. That's all I gotta say.
Well, last time the Big 12 put up a team, they got demolished. And so what I'm saying to you is I don't believe Texas A&M deserves to be in there. I don't know if Cincinnati deserves to be in there either. But I believe that they need more of a conversation for Cincinnati. To me, in a word of COVID, as you put to, this is the year to explore different avenues. So there could have been an opportunity possibly for us to play, maybe an 8-team format, so to speak, to really find out, who wins from those. But to me, again, the question was, what's the most intriguing matchup is really going to be the ACC championship, because that will determine how the dominoes fall. Now, if Notre Dame wins, is the committee okay with saying bye Clemson?
Yeah, that's 2 losses.
They better not be.
I would hope
to Notre Dame.
I'm gonna wait.
Yep.
That's a good question.
I'm just saying.
That's a good question, though, but I'm gonna wait.
If Notre Dame wins twice and beats Clemson twice, is the committee okay with saying, yep, bye Clemson, and input somebody else that we definitely probably don't want to see from there? But I will pass over to Savage at this point for me.
Yeah, that's obviously the game that everybody's looking for, because there are so many different outcomes that could potentially happen. I personally, if Clemson beats Notre Dame, I would get Notre Dame the hell up out of there, because they should have lost to a freshman quarterback anyway in Notre Dame. Like, everybody and their mother know. Everybody knows that if Trevor Lawrence played in that game, Notre Dame would have lost. You can debate me if you want to. I don't really care. But if Trevor Lawrence played in that game, it's a wrap. Trevor Lawrence playing in this game, it's a wrap. Notre Dame is trash. They've been trash since Mentai Te'o, fake girlfriend, was out there scheming this man.
She wasn't fake. She existed. She existed.
I don't know where she at then. Where she at? I don't know where she at.
Don't on internet.
But anyway, so if Clemson loses, they will not let Clemson out of the top 4. Why do I say that? Because Clemson and Alabama would print money in that 4-1 matchup. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can see that, but I also don't see them. Let's say, obviously the only game. It's only one game this weekend. Let's say Notre Dame, and we got 2 NFL games on Saturday. So ain't no other college game. That's how it's I tuned in because I don't like Florida, so I tuned in just to see after I'm walk up and down the field on just check it out a bit. But so this is another thing. So I agree and don't agree with what Savage said in the sense because Clemson still had like 40-something points in that game, and Trevor Lawrence doesn't play defense. So I guess you could say Trevor Lawrence will put up 60
Yeah.
Because he don't play defense. So, I mean, they still had 40 some points and lost. So, Notre Dame's not that bad to me. But if Clemson loses twice to the same team, I don't see them could be the one to see a potential Clemson Notre Dame part 3 after they lost to them twice. But to your point, I think the money thing, I can see that. But I can see them, they love the SEC. If Clemson were to lose, I could see them very well saying Texas A&M, y'all only got one loss to Alabama, and they lost to Alabama. So either way, somebody lost and somebody's going to be in this top 4 because those are only 5 teams that has a chance to be in there.
It's so ugly, man.
I better not see Iowa State in no top 4.
Oh
I better not see Oklahoma jump from 10 to 4.
You know what?
What about Florida?
P5P, baby.
Nah, Florida. After last week, Florida can be Alabama. They ain't going nowhere. I'll take that right now. Because Florida lost Texas A&M, so they not.
No,
Texas A&M.
I know they're not going to be Alabama.
Just put Cincinnati up there and let us get a.
I like put Cincinnati in there and just
give them a chance, man.
If they get blown out, so be it.
I don't know if they're going to do that.
They not
from Ohio.
We know they're not going to do it, but because right now, I don't care about the AAC championship game for that reason.
I don't either.
Yeah, because
no point. There's no value in that game right now.
Are they even getting like a legit New Year's bowl game if Cincinnati wins?
Yeah, they still got the pass. They still got the New Year's 6, and even that, I think both them and Coastal Carolina should get that. Coastal Carolina, look, they got them.
They'll probably match them up together just for the.
They slick should. I'd like to see that.
Honestly,
they probably felt in the big games. But yeah, hey, it's like I said, it's only one game to watch this weekend. And we got Bills, Broncos, and Panthers. Yeah, Panthers too. Panthers, Packers.
There you go.
And the Grizz is preseason, of course. But
facts.
Gotta go to.
Clemson. Even if Clemson lose, they're not going to fall out the top 4 of the NCAA. We know what they're going to do. It's all about the money for them. They don't have sunshine in any type of playoff, any kind of way to beat Alabama or whatever. They're going to lose out on money. So even if they lose, which I don't think they will, we know what Taylor Lawrence brings to the squad. They're going to win. Trust me. But even if they don't, they're not going to fall out the top 4 or whatever, however the NCAA want to do it. We're going to see them try to go for a championship.
Yeah, I think this is basically open and shut. I think the most intriguing game is the rematch between Clemson and Notre Dame. Too much is at stake for both teams. I believe Clemson will win this game, as they should have won in their previous matchup earlier this year. If by some chance Notre Dame pulls this win off, I can definitely see it. I don't think it should happen. But if by some chance that Notre Dame beats Clemson, they may look to possibly slide the Big 12 champion in the top 4, and both teams have.
Big 12. Oh, Lord. Iowa State.
And both teams
Iowa State.
Yep.
Iowa State. Also, Louisiana Lafayette.
I know, man, but
I can see it, though. I know
it's COVID.
It's 2020. Stranger things that happen.
Man.
So I can definitely see them doing it, but in the end of the day, I really just don't see it.
I will go on record. If Iowa State is in the CFP, I'm sorry, the P5P, I am not watching none of those games. No, I'm not. I'm not watching Iowa State play Alabama.
What Iowa State do to you?
This ain't
Iowa State versus Alabama.
I ain't watching that, man. I'm not watching that, bro.
What's wrong with Iowa? What Iowa do to you?
In the words of the great Mike Epps, you ever seen a lion attack a gazelle? What's gonna happen if Iowa State is matched with Alabama?
3 things in 2027: death, taxes, and Alabama winning by 50.
I mean, in the same year, 2020, just before COVID happened, though. But LSU did be Oklahoma by like 60 in the College Football Playoff in January.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing now we're going from college to the NBA. So to take it away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's that time. Go ahead and pull your list out, fellas. I went ahead and told y'all what we're going to be doing. And it's time to see who we have. And you got to pay for our seat, Savage. Time to make our predictions, man, for our season awards. So it's definitely about to be a fun one. You know, our selections for reasons to the people that are watching this. So no, this aren't trolls. We do have reasons. You know, so besides if you're Sheedy. So let's go ahead and get into. I'll put the order in. So we go ahead and start with the rookie of the year. I'll come back around and we'll start with Savage and Trev, and we're gonna go around.
All right.
Rookie of the year, man. I mean, y'all seen this man highlights on Twitter. I've been saying this for a long time. I said this is the best player in the draft off skill alone, off potential alone. Calls from Penny Hardaway 2.0. I call him my rookie of the year. LaMelo Ball is going to win rookie of the year. He by default makes Charlotte a much more interesting watch. Along with they got some nice uniform. I love their uniform. Them sounds fresh.
Yeah.
But LaMelo, it's a wrap in my opinion. It's a wrap. He got it.
I kind of want to go LaMelo too, but for the sake of the podcast, I'm gonna go different. Go a different way with that. I'm actually gonna go Obi Toppin from the New York Knicks. Just like with LaMelo, I've seen Obi Toppin's highlights as well, and this guy is legitimate Amari 2.0. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like his game mirrors exactly like Amari's starting right now. If he can have the same trajectory as Amari did from his rookie season on, I can definitely possibly see him getting it over LaMelo, but it's gonna be a tough task for him because LaMelo looks like he's ready to take Charlotte by storm, man. So, but if I had to pick somebody different, it'll definitely be Obi Toppin from New York.
Yes, I wrote down my list and I definitely checked it twice. And to be honest, I said this already to two, so it's nothing new. I don't believe the rookie of the year will be one of the top three players that were drafted. And I actually am going to follow the footsteps of Trevor. I have Obi down as well. I believe Obi is going to do well in the system of Tom because of how much time he's going to play. If he can crack that lineup of seven, he only going to play about 7 to 8 players. His stats are going to be there.
Good point.
On top of how athletic he really already is, they're going to make some type of moves to get rid of all the overload of power forwards that they have to open it up for him. So I really believe Obi's going to be the one that rises to the top. That's not saying that James Wiseman is not going to have a great year. I definitely believe that. I believe Ball is going to have a great year at Charlotte as well. But I give me Obi for rookie of the year.
LaMelo for me. I just think not only because of how good he is, but I think just the hype, the persona around him. He's the hype. Rookie of the year normally goes to a hype person. We know Cy Young said he would have got the over job off with it, and they still almost tried their best to sneak him in there. So I think in the same sense, yes, Obi Toppin is in. I think it's between them two, Obi Toppin and LaMelo.
It ain't Anthony Edwards.
Who?
It ain't Anthony Edwards.
I'm laughing at hold on.
It's about the first number one pick. That guy?
Man, that's another day, man.
Can we call out Bleacher Report for posting this man's stat line like he was actually doing something?
I could do that.
I think it was the first 3 games. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, look at his field goal percentage. He shoots 23, 30, 33, 20. I'm
like I said, let's go back to the players that I actually was talking about.
All right, keep moving, man. Let's go.
Like my rookie of the year, Jesus. I definitely respect y'all points about Obi. I think he's gonna do great in New York. He's a New York type of player, especially with the energy. You get an exciting player. Finally, I think this is the most exciting player they've had since Jeremy Lin. You can quote me on that. So just as far as excitement goes,
speaking of Jeremy Lin,
shout out to him. He signed with the Warriors, and y'all know that's where I'm gonna go, man. Look how God works. I'm actually gonna go with James Wiseman, of course, for the Warriors. Savage, you know how I feel about LaMelo Ball. So this really took some thought out of me. He's gonna be, like I've been saying, Penny Hardaway 2.0, just the way that his swag is there. Like, even though it's preseason, I think he's going to be must-see TV every single game. But I don't think those games will turn into wins eventually. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think with the people that vote, I think for regular season, we do have to give them the respect that they do. And for regular season, they make the best decision. And they base it off of wins. And I think when you look at the Warriors lineup, especially if Steph stays healthy, I think Wiseman will be a great part of the offense, and he can put up around 16 and 10, 2 blocks. And I think that'll be rookie of the year numbers to get him there enough.
Okay.
So it hurt to go vote against Carmelo, man. But we're gonna see. This is gonna be this. I love the rookie class at the end, especially for like key franchises because they're all gonna play integral parts in their teams. You know, especially going forward.
Yep.
So speaking of going forward, defensive player of the year, who y'all got handling the paint going forward? I go ahead and get mine because he got paid a lot of money to continue to do what he does. I'm gonna go Giannis with the 3-peat. I think what he does inside the paint every single game is something that can't be overlooked. And you know he's good. He got the money. I think Jrue Holiday being out there on the perimeter help him out inside. So give me Giannis. Same order.
All right. Really quick, I just want to acknowledge that 2 out of 5 people chose a New York Knicks, and I remember when I said I wanted to coach the Knicks, and y'all looked at me crazy. But anyway,
Really keep you crazy.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm gonna go with the man, Anthony Davis. I feel like he's gonna solidify himself as we saw it in the playoffs. We saw it in the finals. He now has some respect in terms of like winning the NBA championship, and I think that he's gonna get the respect again going into next year, and he will win Defensive Player of the Year. Gets a lot of rebounds, a lot of blocks, plays good perimeter defense, just all around good defensive player. I think AD gets it.
For the exact same reason Savage said, give me Anthony Davis, and I felt he should have gotten it last year. So.
Yeah, definitely Anthony Davis was my defensive player of the year last year. This year, though, give me Bam from the Heat. When you look at how the Heat are constructed defensively, we're at a lot of key positions. Avery Bradley, Mo Harkless as well. And so you got to come to the paint eventually. And I believe Bam proved against the Celtics. And again, with the Lakers as well. Not too much, but definitely with the Celtics. He's enforced in the paint and is ready to turn up a little bit more on defense this year for us.
Good pick.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Give me AD. I tried to swing what Savage said, who guarded AD to who AD guarded, but I mean, I tried to think of a funny way to switch it up.
Who's scoring on AD?
Yeah, you saw like that. Anthony Davis.
Bet. Well, y'all picked the Lakers for y'all's pick, which I get definitely. So with the coach of the year, I got Frank Vogel winning that this year. They're going to come in with a championship swag, and they upgraded for sure with a lot of key rotational players. So I think even if LeBron wanted to take a game or 2 off, I think AD will step into that role and say, okay, he got that swag now. And I think Frank Vogel would get a lot of credit that he's definitely deserved this season.
Man, put some respect on Horton Tucker, man.
A diamond like out of nowhere. Right. Like how is he gonna be able to play him amongst everybody else is gonna be something that'll be good to see because Kyle Kuzma may be expendable now. Somebody LeBron just said, he can be the third. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Mike Malone for the Denver Nuggets. I feel like they're gonna get even better this year. They lost a couple of pieces, but they did, draft RJ. They got Jamal Murray. They got the Joker. They're slowly getting to the point where it's like, okay, they got some experience now. Now it's time to show and prove. And I think that Denver is going to come into this year hungry. And I watched Mike Malone in those locker room situations. He owns that locker room. Like that's his team, and they're gonna play for him, play hard for him. So I think he gets it this year.
If everything pans out the way that everyone is saying, then my coach of the year will actually be no doubt. I'm actually going Monty Williams from the Phoenix Suns as my pick for the coach of the year. Of course, as you know, they acquired Chris Paul in that huge deal. Of course, we already know what we get from Devin Booker. Of course, we know the Suns with 8-0 in the bubble and still didn't make the playoffs. A lot of those times in the season where the Suns were trash for most of the season, they were without DeAndre Ayton, who missed 25 games. And he's definitely going to be back this season with a full season with him, plus Chris Paul. I expect a lot of great things from Phoenix, and I think if Phoenix is in the top 4 or maybe top 5, like you can't ignore giving Monty Williams the nod there.
Yeah, great pick with the Suns with Monty Williams, much deserved if he does win it. But this year I actually got to me, I believe the most disrespected coach in the league is Eric Spoelstra. Has yet to be coach of the year. And look at what he's been doing over these seasons without LeBron. And to think that out of the last 3 years, 2 of these years, we actually gave it to the Toronto Raptors coach. And it wasn't the year that they won the championship either. So to me, I'm giving up to Eric Spoelstra. I believe that it's time to actually win it this year with everything that's going on.
I honestly felt that Spo could have gotten it over. I think didn't Budenholzer get it this past season?
Nurse.
Nurse
Nurse was respectable too, though, because nobody expected the Raptors.
Nurse should have gotten because I know Nurse should have gotten it last year, so they corrected the mistake from last year. Because no disrespect to Mike Budenholzer, like what you did with the Hawks, that's why you got Coach of the Year. But that second one had Giannis. Let's be real. All right.
Man, I'm gonna be a homer, bro. Give me Taylor Jenkins. I know it's preseason, but I'm sorry, the Grizzlies making playoffs. I don't know who they. Don't ask me who they taking out.
I feel it too, man. I don't know. I feel it, man.
If the Grizzlies make the playoffs, I can see it.
Because Triple J and Justin Winslow is coming back.
Yeah, man.
And they looking like this without them too.
I feel it.
Because they played better, and it's early. Dylan Brooks is very early, but he's actually passing the ball. If this is the case, I'm telling you, Taylor Jenkins did something with these boys, man.
Could have won last year, but here or there.
But look, my career trying to get his diamond badge. Let him
get it. Let him get at least bronze.
let him get his bronze diamond badge, man.
His needle threader on silk.
I don't think he'll get needle threader. He just need diamond.
No, not that.
He ain't that great of a basket.
Nah, that's a good one, man.
Notice I said his name is Taylor Jenkins, Mark Jackson, and everybody else we call him Tyler Jenkins. Taylor Jenkins.
It sounds like somebody from Memphis. But so let's go to Sixth Man of the Year. Savage, who you got?
I'm gonna go with a guy who's on a team that's gonna be number one in their conference. I'm gonna go with Spencer Dinwiddie. I feel like he, by default himself, is already a bucket. He's consistent. He's reaching like that veteran status where you get the respect of your peers. And he got KD and Kyrie on his team, so he has less attention on him. Give me Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench to get sixth man.
Honestly, I was torn between Spencer and the guy that I'm gonna name. I'm actually glad you went ahead and mentioned Spencer, but I'm gonna go with Dennis Schroeder. I think with him sliding into the perfect situation with the Lakers, basically taking the role of Rajon Rondo at this point, he's going to have pretty much the same freedom as he had in OKC as far as running that second unit. I can definitely see him averaging another 18 and 7 coming off the bench for the Lakers. So give me Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, continuing on Dennis, whether he starts or not, I completely agree right there. And I actually got him down for my sixth man of the year as well from the Lakers. Going to put KCP back in the starting lineup, get Schroeder out the bench with Montrez. And I mean, that's good basketball if you ask me off the bench. And that's pretty unstoppable for some teams already for them. So give me Dennis as well.
So the 2 6-man of the year candidates moved from the one side of LA to the other side of LA. You had Lou Will, Montrez in the Clippers. Now you got Montrez and Dennis Schroeder with the Lakers. But I had both of them down. So I'm doing I think this player is still gonna come off the bench because I don't think we're gonna put Duncan Robinson at 4. So give me Tyler Hero.
Not a bad pick.
I just knew you were about to say Goran Dragic. I just knew you were about to say that.
I hope you ain't start catching none again.
Good picks, y'all. Like for real. I was kind of torn between two of them. One of them was Karis LeVert, but I see him eventually starting in the starting lineup for sure. And I think that'll probably be the better lineup. So if Karis LeVert does come off the bench or is qualified to be 6-man, I do have him. But like I said, I do think he'll be a starter. So I got Montrezl Harrell winning. I think he's going to excel in the role that he was with the Clippers. And he got it once before doing exactly what he's going to be doing, this season. Maybe he can hit a 3 a game or something like that. But, I mean, if not, then doing what he did last season got him. So I think he'll repeat.
Okay.
So speaking of, I guess, keep going, most improved player of the year. This was a tough one for me, but I'm gonna go with DeAndre Ayton. And I was torn between him and Michael Porter Jr., who I know will have a great season this year. But when you have DeAndre Ayton, who, like Trev said, was 25 games suspended last season, he's coming back with a chip on his shoulder. He's coming back to eventually, I think he's going to have a top 5, top 3 season for a big man. And that's because you got Chris Paul as your teammate. You know, you got somebody that, you know, you read in the media and said, hey, I ain't never had nobody teaching me this. Like, you know, showing me film in different ways that I can be better. Like, Chris Paul is the man when it comes down to making your teammate shine. I mean, look at what he did last season. So give me DeAndre Ayton. Like I said, I think he'll have a top 3 big man season. And we'll stay at that for right now. Michael Porter, I get Michael Porter. I know how I feel about him.
Yeah, I know a little junior, man. It's my guy. Aiden is actually a pretty solid pick. It hurts me to say this. I feel like the most improved player of the year will be a remix of the rookie of the year in terms of who competing for it. It's gonna be either Ja or Zion, and they gonna give it to Zion. They gonna give it to Zion. So I'm gonna pick Zion Williamson as most improved player of the year. It should be Ja, but it's gonna be Zion.
Okay. Not bad. I wanted to go MPJ. I wanted to go MPJ with this, but given the recent news that's come out regarding Will Barton, as seems like he's not very happy in Denver with just coming off the bench. So of course Michael Porter may end up taking the spot as a starter. But I'll say this: DeAndre Jordan has his staying power in the league because of Chris Paul. He got that big contract from Dallas because of Chris Paul. David West is a 2-time All-Star because of came from playing with Chris Paul. You saw what happened with the Thunder last year when Chris Paul was there. I just cannot see how DeAndre Ayton does not win this award this year. Like, I'm expecting 15 and 15. Well, not 15, that's a stretch.
Whoa.
I go 15 and 9.
No, just 15 points.
I bagged it up. I said 15 and 9. 15 and 9.
No, I'm saying just 15 points. That's low.
Yeah.
That's low. When you think about the many times that Chris Paul can get DeAndre Ayton the ball, and DeAndre got a nice
might get 20.
He can get more than 20. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying top 3.
All right, I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet you halfway and go 18.
18 and 9? Okay.
18 and 9. There you go.
I think DeAndre really, I don't even think 18 and 9. I think that's a little short. I think he actually does average the 20 and 10.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
And so he was my second pick. But my first pick, actually, man, and it's gonna be like, what? I wanted to be different, you know. Y'all know
you got a reason.
Yeah, I got a reason. I feel like there's gonna be another little shakeup by this trade deadline out east. And once this trade happens, and even before the trade happens, we're gonna see Victor Oladipo go somewhere possibly. And even if he doesn't, I still believe the most improved player to look for is gonna be TJ Warren. He proved it in the bubble. And to me, the bubble was the best mano basketball that you can do. And he showed up every single night without Victor Oladipo. And so to me, new coach, maybe draw up some more plays for TJ. I actually think TJ Warren wins MIP this upcoming year.
Good pick.
You still won't be able to mess with Jimmy Buckets, but
we gonna hate them games.
They got the
Heat. We got the Heat best game. Damn
it. So I got a question about this one because I'm torn. I really want to choose this player, but has a most improved player ever been a player that's like came off an injury? Just like he was really good, but he just was like hurt the last couple years.
I don't know.
Because I want to say John Wall. Because I don't think they don't have a comeback player of the year. They don't have like a comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time they did a comeback. The last time I did a comeback player of the year was Grant Hill. That was almost 15 years ago. Yeah. So,
man, I'm gonna stick with John Wall. He probably won't get it, but I just think that's the danger that's coming to my mind. Just a player.
Yeah.
Technically most improved, but since I haven't seen him play in 2 years.
That's a good pick.
Man, I'm sorry, Antoine, man.
We feel the vibes over here, man.
Or the Marcus Cousins, like somebody out there.
So we feel the vibes, man. It's time for that MVP, man. One of the most controversial times of LBR. So I'm gonna start off the controversy. We mentioned his teammate this season, but it's gonna be a great player, and that's because of a certain player by the name of Chris Paul. My MVP for this season is Devin Booker. I think that Chris Paul is gonna turn him up for one. For two, the Phoenix Suns would have made the playoffs if DeAndre Ayton played at least half of those games. He missed 25. That's key. They're saying 10 games the Phoenix Suns would have been in the playoffs. Let's just put it that way. But now you add one of the greatest minds, if not the greatest mind in basketball right now, to somebody who put up 70 points in a game. The sky's the limit for D-Book, and we saw it in the bubble. So that's my MVP pick.
I am shocked. Savage.
Look. I know where you went. I can't say. Y'all know I want my boy Kevin.
I am shocked.
Y'all know how much I love it. It's an Achilles. And I don't want to put expectations on my boy.
Hey, it's literally an Achilles, though. Literally an Achilles.
All right. Wow, I was not ready for that. I was not ready.
I've been thinking all week about that.
I do not think Devin Booker's winning MVP. I don't think he ever win MVP. I'll be surprised. I mean, it's cool. I rock with it, but
if the Suns are good, all right.
That way, I think outside the box. Outside the box.
He turned OKC up. I'm telling you, yeah, he literally went undefeated in the bubble. If the Suns are a top 3, top 5 team, we gotta put respect on his name because he's gonna average way more than 30 points a game.
The Suns won't even be a top 4 team, but to me. But
honestly, if Tunica Trevor had said that, I might have took that bet on FanDuel after this. But since Tunica Trevor and it come from him,
Devin Booker wasn't even in the top 10 as far as odds of MVP.
Boy, that's some money.
Hey, I'm in Memphis now. I'm in Memphis now. I'm willing to put some kind of money.
You put money on it, Trevor.
I put money on it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna say it's Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant's gonna win it because the Nets will be a number 1 seed in the East, and it will be because of Kevin Durant. And I think that Kyrie is gonna want Kevin Durant to get that MVP, so he'll make sure that he finds a way to get it. Durant gonna put up about 28, damn near 30 points a game. He gonna be the DC sniper, how he always been. I feel like LeBron's gonna put pressure on him, but I think KD is gonna get the MVP this year.
So let me ask you this, Savage, because I thought about that too, but with the same thing that happened because LeBron would cancel AD out. AD would cancel LeBron out as far as like the media voting for an MVP. With the same thing happened to Kyrie and KD because we did see Kyrie get down too.
Nah, Kyrie not on AD level. Like, Kyrie, he cool, but he ain't that good to get MVP. He's a nice Hall of Fame player, but he ain't no MVP. Like, nah.
Yeah.
I probably should have talked to you before I made my pick, but I'm still rock with Devin Booker.
No,
you got faith in him. You got faith.
Yeah,
I'm to the dark side.
I was gonna pick LeBron to win MVP this year, but I think at this point he's just chilling and he's just trying to gear up just to possibly win another championship. So I have to agree with Savage here. I'm actually going with Kevin Durant as the MVP, and I am looking to put money on. I think he's in the top 10 at plus 1,200. So if he actually wins it, I can make some serious money. But I just think that he's on a mission. He's on a mission this year to come back and prove, that he's still that dude in the league. He's had some time off to himself with the Achilles injuries to kind of clear his head because, Lord knows, doesn't always make the best decisions, especially with social media. So, and then now he's with arguably his best friend and Kyrie Irving now. So it's almost like a clean slate for him at this point. And I think Kyrie is probably going to want that same thing for him as well. So Kevin Durant, league MVP.
Yep. You either write the story that LeBron is the oldest MVP. You got the story of the revenge of Kevin Durant. And then I guess you got the dark horse story that I'm going to bring to the table. Not Devin Booker. But his name was mentioned last week in the Mount Rushmore that was brought to us by Brother Tuke. And I believe this player, same as it was. Now listen, hear me out. In 2004, 05, 06, that season when Steve Nash won those ridiculous MVP awards and had lower stats, it was because he was efficient with what he was doing.
That's true.
And I believe that based upon the progression of this team and how this player is progressing, that he has a chance to win MVP, and I'm going to put him down for my MVP. And that is none other than the last time we had a big man win the MVP. I guess you can go to Dirk, I guess, and like, was that 06, 07? But he was a 4. Give me Nikola Jokic, the Joker.
I like it.
Not going to score as many points this season. He's going to have a lot more assists this season. And so look at how his stats will just inflate themselves. We'll see it different on the TV a lot often.
You think Jokic can get a triple-double? Average triple-double?
I don't think he'll get a triple-double.
You think Jokic can get a triple-double?
But I think he can put together a stat line that's like, I'm not saying 25, maybe like a 21, 22, 10-ish, and about 6 to 7 assists because we saw his ball handling in the bubble. Mm-hmm. And so I believe, Malone's got some time to work with his offense. We already heard from Savage saying he's a possible coach of the year candidate, and definitely rightfully so. And whether or not Will Barton is there or not, I believe that the Joker can lead this team and also lead himself into an MVP because the voters are going to be voting against like everything else. Am I voting for LeBron? Am I tired of voting for Giannis? KD revenge? Who knows where the heck James Harden ends up regardless. But I think Nicole can sneak in there and win MVP. So I'm putting out for the Joker, the center Joker.
Good pick, brother.
Nice pick.
That's nice pick. Well, the NBA is about hype. They wanted this great white hope. I love him as a player. Your brother-in-law just mentioned him, Sheedy. I'm going with Luka. He got the highest odds to win MVP actually as well too. So that's who I've got on my man.
He's second behind Giannis, I believe, right now.
Sure. On DraftKings, he's number 1.
Oh, he's number 1 right now. Oh, they must have changed. Okay.
Yeah, he plus 4. Well, each one probably be different, but DraftKings he's plus 400. Giannis is plus 450.
So let me ask you this, Sharky.
Yes.
Do you think that KP will be there enough to help Luka win that MVP? Or do you think that Luka can eventually do it by himself if KP were to go down? Because his health has always been an issue.
Low-key did for a second.
We saw how dysfunctional they are. Like, come on, man.
With a bone ankle, so let's be real here.
All right.
Well, they can't be that dysfunctional because they just gave Paul George that ridiculous amount of money.
Add to the dysfunction.
And how they gonna come after the GOAT, man?
Trevor, I see you, bro. We got the same.
Hey.
Great minds think alike, man.
Great minds definitely think alike. But that's it. Do we want to go, I guess, give like a preseason who we think gonna make the finals? Go ahead and pick those as well. Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay.
Real quick though.
Yeah, make it quick though.
Brooklyn Lakers.
Ditto.
Lakers. Brooklyn Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the matchup everybody wants. Lakers, Brooklyn, Lakers in 6.
Oh Jesus, we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Come back, Lakers.
It's a preseason.
Yeah, Lakers Nets.
Yeah.
Lakers. I don't care who make out these. Lakers winning.
I would love for the Miami Heat to buck the system and get.
Stay woke, y'all. Stay woke.
Yeah.
Kobe and Gigi. Stay woke.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I would love for the Heat to buck the system though, Shark.
We'll be back.
I would love for the Heat to buck the system and get back.
Yeah. So, I would love to. Certain trade might have to go down, but let's move on. NFL. All right, Skyler is out today. He's chilling with his baby Eva, so I take over the duties of his NFL pickle. So first up, we're going to choose between the Seattle Seahawks and the team with no name, the Washington Football Team. So as you can see by the Twitter poll, hey. Just what is this? Washington Football 75% to Seattle 25%. And Adam Smith is not playing. So who you got? So we go with two Savage, Trevor, and Sheedy.
You said Alex Smith is not playing?
Nope.
Okay. That actually, I would change my pick to the Seahawks. Thanks for telling me the information changed. Y'all know how I feel about the team with no name, so give me Seattle.
Man, NFC feast, man. All that talk y'all was talking. Skyler, you lucky you're not here. You lucky you're not here. Give me the Washington football team to beat the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, Alex Smith's out. Antonio Gibson's out. I do expect that front four of Washington to get to Russell Wilson, but I think Russell Wilson gonna get too many chances. I do expect this to be low scoring. So give me Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle's definitely playing for a position right now in the NFC. And so I definitely expect them to come out big. However, give me the Ohio State Washington team to win that defensive line, and the quarterback will be from the Ohio State. That's why I said what I said.
Hey, shout out to Chase Young. He's defensive rookie of the year. Shout out to him. Been amazing.
Definitely. Jesus, he was running with that football. Jesus.
That sounds all cool and all, but I want to see Dwayne Haskins succeed. But
me too.
Be real.
Yeah.
Be real now.
Thank you. Let's bring some.
Now the Seahawks did just lose to Colt McCoy.
I mean, vibe.
At home.
Vibe.
So it's not that. It's outrageous that Washington can't win this game. But I'll keep it safe and go with the Seahawks. I probably won't bet on this game for that reason.
Yeah, my thing is with Dwayne Haskins at the helm and with Antonio Gibson now, how is Washington going to accumulate points? Like, we know what that front four.
Thank you,
Cal.
We know what the front four of Washington is going to do, and we know that Russell Wilson is going to be running for his life. But can Washington on the offensive side of the ball with Dwayne Haskins accumulate some points? And that's why I would see him.
Hey, Skyler, the only reason I say nothing savage because we don't entertain people when they're bored.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, hold me. I got your back on this one, Savage.
Savage, I will say I apologize.
Right. I'm the one gave him the name, NFC Feast.
NFC Feast.
I'm a winning team. I get it. Oh, well.
Well, I ain't got a winning record. All right, this game. It's the big game of the week. As a matter of fact, this is the only game between teams with a winning record this weekend. So y'all know how this is a very lopsided week, very much different from last week when we had a bunch of top-tier games. This week we got Chiefs, Saints, Drew Brees is back. Much needed because Taysom Hill won it, but they didn't want to play with James. So here's what it is. Same order. Who you got? Twitter poll, Chiefs 67% to Saints 33%.
I'm pretty sure I was a part of that Chiefs 67%. Pat Mahomes and told me enough to go against him. So give me the Chiefs. It's gonna be a good game though.
The Saints lost to Jalen Hurts. Shout out Jalen Hurts. Give me the Chiefs easily.
We don't really know how healthy Drew Brees is, and we won't know until he takes some hits. So give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, Drew Brees is back. Y'all know how I feel about Drew Brees. He's great in the regular season, terrible in the playoffs. So give me the Saints.
Mm-hmm. More like the Aints. Give me the Chiefs.
Hey, I would welcome that as a Steelers fan. If the Saints pull that off, I would welcome that. That means we be back possibly as a number one seed.
Like I said before, I think I said on Let's Tighten Up last week. Like Golden State, we were just here. In the Golden State's world, we're in the Chiefs world right now. Yeah. They could just go off for one quarter and win games. Just what I say, I should pull a full game together. All right, last game. Got two and Savage. Cleveland Browns versus the New York Football Giants. And y'all see Twitter 100% Cleveland. So, who do y'all got? I guess can the Browns touch a playoff spot with the win in this game? Or is there some other scenarios or other teams got to lose? I know the Tigers we got to win, and I think
the Browns will get in with this one. I believe I can double check.
Yeah, I think the Browns can clinch with this.
I mean, shout out to Hook'em Holmes, Cole McCoy. He did his thing last week, but I think the Browns are going to come back fired up this game, especially how they lost against the crap man himself, Mr. Paul Pierce Jr., who had a cramp, but then didn't have a cramp anymore, so he had to. I don't know what he did. So,
what did you start capping?
Right? Like, just be honest, man. You have to use the restroom. Everybody respect it. Just be honest. Like, you gotta
be honest. Yeah, exactly. We know that trot everywhere, man. We know that little trot that you was doing. Like, come on, man.
If you were cramping, you couldn't run like that.
Exactly. You wouldn't be running at all.
No,
I think y'all run with cramps.
Hold on. And then he had a cramp in his arm, but his arms were flailing. Like, bro, it's okay, bro. It's okay. It's okay.
He was just missing the hand behind the pads just to hold the poop.
No, it's okay, Lamar. It's okay.
By the way, this is a Sunday night football game.
Oh.
I mean, it may be a good one. You know, Hook'em McCoy may do something, but I think the Browns will come fired up. So give me the Browns.
Yeah, I don't think the Giants can score with the Browns. The Browns are going to put up a lot of points, and they're going to take care of the Giants. So not NFC feast this game.
Oh no! It's not hear that.
I want to pick the Browns, but then I thought of something as far as what happened last week. Like, the Browns put everything they had into last week's game to beat Baltimore, and they came up short. There is a good chance that at this point they could be demoralized. And I think with the Giants coming out and just not playing up to the way that they were accustomed to last week against Arizona, I'm actually going with an upset here. Give me the Giants to win this one in a close one by 3. I think if he's in there, your boy Colt McCoy wins it for you too. So,
I mean, respect to both of them.
Yeah.
2 quick things before I go. First, I hope Darren is watching this and how terrible those Trojans are doing right now in that pack. They could beat the who? The Ohio State Buckeyes? Maybe the Oklahoma State. The wrong OSU team you might have. And secondly, when it comes down to that game, the Browns. First of all, I think the Browns-Ravens game was a great thing to watch of football. If you like football, you know anything about football, that was a great game to watch, no matter who you're cheering for. But the Browns want to overpower, to me, the Giants. The Browns can be demoralized. To your point, Trevor, they can be crucified. They can be all types of fried. For all I'm concerned, go ahead and give me them by at least 17 points over the Giants. I don't know who to even give the points to from the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lamar watch his hands.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Black people normally wash their hands.
Exactly.
Even before COVID, yeah.
But give me the Cleveland Browns. I think the Giants can play them tough. They got pretty good defense, but Cleveland ended up running away with it in the end.
Speaking of defense, James Bradbury is out with COVID, or he's on the COVID reserve. So
he played for the Giants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't watch Giants play, so I wouldn't.
You had to ask.
When you said it, I was like,
They're scoring back in the game right now.
I know they held the Seahawks to 17. That's why I do that again.
Yeah.
I better been out here, dog. Y'all better put some respect.
I thought he was going to Carolina. I didn't know I didn't know he left Carolina. So I ain't gonna be frank.
He did, unfortunately.
All right, but perfect segue to Tunica Trevor. If you watch that Browns-Ravens game, a bad beat happened in the game. Trevor want to tell you about it.
You said what?
A bad beat happened at the end of the very last play of the game of the Ravens-Browns.
Oh, yes, by the spread not being covered because of the safety that was called at the end of the game, thanks to the Browns with that with the terrible last play of them trying to do all the crazy laterals and stuff. So pretty sure a lot of people lost a lot of money and was very upset because of that spread. But anyways, I'm gonna make this real quick as far as my games to bet on for this week. So starting first, and honestly, I really had trouble picking this game because you can literally go with a pick 'em because of the spread, and that is the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. The Patriots right now are a 2-point underdog. So on one end, you have Miami, who's playing well, who plays well at home. And then on the other end, you have the Patriots coming off a bye week. You have Belichick with an extra week to prepare for Tua, who Belichick has won 11 straight against rookie quarterbacks. But also, New England tends to lose in Miami every once in a while. So for me, I ended up leaning towards the Patriots because you don't want to go against Belichick. The Patriots are getting Julian Edelman back, so they may give them some kind of a boost on the offensive end. Like I mentioned before, with Belichick having extra time to prepare for Tua, I think it's going to be a tough game for Tua. And the last time Belichick had faced a rookie quarterback, which was Justin Herbert, they shut him out 45-0. So I would definitely take New England here, and I'll definitely take the plus 3 spread on that one. As far as over/under, we talked about Seattle and the Washington football team. I believe they're at 44.5. I have to check and confirm that. I definitely will take the under in that game, regardless of who's going to be at the quarterback. I don't expect this to be high scoring. I expect this to really come down to who makes plays the most. I picked Seattle to win this game, but I would definitely just stay away from the spread, the money line, and I'll just bet the over/under there and definitely take the under. And then lastly, my third game is an NFC North matchup between the Vikings and the Bears. Take the Vikings, take the spread. And I think they're 3.5 favorite right now. So those are my 3 games that I think could put you in the best position to make you some money. So till next week.
So.
Cool. And really 2 weeks. So this is last episode 2020, fellas.
Yeah. Did we get like New Year's resolutions out the way, I guess?
Let's go. This has been a good this has been a good year for me. It's been a good year for podcasts for us. Totality with the GBB. Shout out to Joe Mullenix and Mark Fleming and Justin Lewis and all the guys over there for the opportunity to do Starting 5 there, which we'll be starting doing every week, starting this upcoming Monday.
Hey, there you go. So we're not going on.
That's what the Grizzlies. We're going for Starting 5.
We ain't going too far.
Yeah, but technically, yeah. But yeah, I guess New Year's resolution.
Real quick, and I know I'll just make this quick. Just I want to say yesterday or maybe a couple of days ago, Major League Baseball has officially declared and recognized all of the Negro leagues as an equal league. So now, as far as all the record books and everything, any stats or everything that's from the Negro leagues will now be applied to the MLB history books. So kudos. It's been something that's been a long time coming.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. So salute to Major League Baseball for actually going that route.
What's your New Year resolution, bro?
Oh man, just continue to stay healthy, stay married, and try to take this. Stay healthy, stay married, and try to take this podcast.
Amen.
I be brainstorming a lot of what I want to do, man. It's just I got to put it in motion, man. So 2021 is gonna be their year for us. I can feel it.
Definitely with that as well, man. I think 2021 definitely try to get back into attack mode. 2020 was definitely a setback for a lot of people, really everybody. But I think next year will be a lot brighter, and I think the success that we've been able to maintain even through this crisis, or this panoramic, as the people on social media like to call it.
Panda Express.
Like me, Panda Express, Pandemonium, whatever. But no, seriously, like if you look at and I said it before then, like we really, 5-6 guys that love what we do and do what we do, and we're getting blessings off of that love. So y'all listening, we appreciate y'all. We're gonna take this podcast to the next level, and individually, I think we're all gonna be in attack mode in our certain ways that I'm definitely excited to see.
I think my goal for next year, of course, help ensuring that my wife has a healthy baby in May. definitely that's the priority. But aside from that, personally, just continuing to be consistent with the podcast, especially with like IDK. I will have had, I think, 16 episodes by Monday, I think 15 or 16, which for me, my goal this year was to get 10. I got 16, so I was happy about that. So yeah, just continue to push through with that part. And then also with us as a unit, you know, like Two says, is us 6 guys. We all put our minds together, and we've all been consistent, you know, really this entire year. Even in the middle of the pandemic, we still had podcasts coming out with no sports going on.
Like crazy.
I don't know who else is doing that. I actually watched another podcast and they stopped. Like they were getting thousands of views and they just stopped doing it. I don't know if they got busy, but when the pandemic came, they just shut it down. So I was like, dang, they done. So what I'm gonna listen to? So shout out to Let's Be Real for keeping it real throughout, you know, 2020 despite the Panda Express.
Panoramic.
I guess I'll go. I don't do much with New Year's resolutions, but before I go there, shout out to someone that has been drugged through the media, so to speak, for many different reasons. But love to see his interaction with his children. It's Tiger Woods. Mm-hmm. And seeing how his son was really teeing off, it was really like poetry in motion, if you ask me. I'm not a golf person, but to see that love from men that look like us to our other counterparts is beautiful. So to me, I'm just ready to pour in as much as I can here with Let's Be Real, but also my family first as always. With that, and also just, man, try to keep saving these coins, man, and make some big moves when we can. But honestly, man, it's all about protecting the family. If your family ain't there, you're not pouring into them, and also pouring into myself too. Recharge as best as possible, because I can't pour in anything else if I'm not charged up myself. Got this on the podcast, by the way.
And Indy, as for me, just consistency is key. This year is a really good year for me, honestly. So just continue trajectory of how this year ended going to next year. This has been honestly one of the best years in my life, despite the COVID things with everything else. So just keep going 2021, keep everything growing, and like we got some big plans for LBR, as we discussed before we started the show. Like 2021, that might be the year. So thank you for everybody who supported us. Thank you for the future supporters that we're gonna get. And like I said, just grateful for everything, grateful to be alive. Like Sheedy, I'm not too big on resolutions, it's just continuation, man.
Yep.
All right. Till the end out, man. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you guys 2021.
Yes,
Save Bryant.
Good to see me, black people.
Save Bryant. Goodness gracious.